Dear students, today we'll see application of junction diode, that is semiconductor diode, as a rectifier. So here is the a topic, that is application of junction diode as a rectifier. Now whenever we speak about rectifier, then the basic definition of rectifier is, say this is your rectifier circuit. The basic definition of rectifier says that it is a circuit which will convert alternating current into direct current, that is AC to DC. Okay, now here it is a alternating quantity at the input, that is you will be having positive half cycle, negative half cycle, positive half cycle, negative half cycle, and that will be converted into one direction output. So either the output will be only existing when the inputs are positive half cycle, so it will be called as half wave rectifier. If the outputs are existing for both input of positive and negative half cycles, that remains output is like this. Even if the input is positive half cycle or input is negative half cycle, if the output is like this, then it is full wave rectifier. So we are going to study two types of rectifiers, that is half wave rectifier whose output will be like this, and a full wave rectifier whose output will be like this. So basically rectifier is a circuit which will convert AC to DC, that is alternating current to direct current, or you can also say alternating a quantity into a direct quantity. So in this section, we are going to first see what is a half wave rectifier, then we will see what is a full wave rectifier, and then we will see a rectifier with a filter. So here, first we'll start with the definition of half wave rectifier. A half wave rectifier is a circuit which converts one half of the alternating input voltage into a direct voltage. This is achieved by using a junction diode in series with a load. Now what exactly happens when you see the waveforms is, now say this is your input waveform. Now here you can show an input waveform. This is positive half cycle, this is negative half cycle. So this is one cycle. Okay, so this is one cycle which will give you the time period of the waveform. This is one cycle which will give you the time period. So this cycle will be a continuous, it will be a periodic. Okay, so here you can see positive half cycle, negative half cycle, this goes on. Okay, now this is your zero line and this is the amplitude. Okay, now whenever the input is positive half cycle, the diode will conduct, the diode will be made on, it will be in forward bias, and the current flows through the diode and you will get an output like this. When the input is negative half cycle, there is no output. Again, when the input is positive half cycle, there will be output existing. Again, when the input is negative half cycle, there is no output. Okay, so only the output exists when the input is positive half cycles. So in that case, we say that it is having a half wave rectifier process. So it is half wave rectification process. It is acting as a half wave rectifier. Okay, because only half of the input wave is been rectified at the output. So here you can see the circuit of half wave rectifier. So here we have shown the alternating quantity as I've told you earlier. So this will be your input here. So here you can see this is the input. Okay, now input is having your positive half cycle. Here you can see you are having your positive half cycle, your negative half cycle, positive half cycle. Okay, so here at the starting there is a transformer. There will be a step down transformer here. This is a transformer which will be having primary and secondary coils. So when the input is positive half cycle, when this is the input here, the top point, the top terminal here will be positive, this will be negative. Similarly here, point A will be positive, point B will be negative. In that case, this terminal of the diode will be positive, this terminal will be negative. So diode will be forward biased. The current flows through the diode. This current also flows here through the resistance, and across the resistance you will form a voltage. So when the current flows across this, you will form a voltage. That voltage will be equal to current flowing multiplied by resistance value. So output will exist. So when the input is positive half cycle, this output is existing. So output you are getting. When the input is negative half cycle, when this is the input, the top terminal becomes negative and the down terminal becomes positive. So here point A becomes negative, point B becomes positive. Diode anode will become negative, cathode will become positive. It becomes reverse bias. There is no current flowing through it, so no voltage will be developed across the resistance. Output will be zero. That is, when the input is negative half cycle, the output is zero. Okay, similarly, when the input is positive half cycle, again there will be existing a positive half cycle output. Okay, so here you can see output remains in only one direction, that is positive, and it exists only for half of the cycles, so it is called as half wave rectifier process. The same circuit we can see in another form. So here also you can see the same circuit. Here you have shown the input. This is the AC input, that is the alternating quantity, which will be having positive half cycle, negative half cycle, positive half cycle, negative half cycle. So when the input is positive, the primary coil terminal of the transformer P1 will become positive, P2 will become negative. Similarly here at the secondary, S1 will become positive, S2 will become negative. So here point A becomes positive, point B becomes negative. So in that case, diode will conduct, it will be forward bias, current flows through it, and this current flows through this resistance also, and therefore there will be a output voltage existing across the resistance, that is the load resistance. V out, output voltage will be current multiplied by load resistance. Okay, so here output voltage will exist when the input is positive half cycle. Similarly, when the input is negative half cycle, what will happen is point P1 of the transformer will become negative, point P2 will be positive. Similarly, S1 will become negative, S2 will be positive. Similarly here near the diode, you can see this will become negative and this will become positive, so the diode will be reverse biased, so there will be no flow of current, output will be zero. So output will exist only when the input is positive half cycle. When the input is negative half cycle, there will be no output, so it is half wave rectification. So if you see the circuit diagram is having a transformer which is having primary and secondary coils. It is having a diode which is used for rectification, that is conversion of AC to DC. It is having a load resistance RL. The AC voltage to be rectified is connected between the primary of the transformer to one coil of the secondary. The P junction of the diode is connected. The output is measured across the load resistance RL. So again here you can see the waveforms for half wave rectifier. So these are the waveforms for half wave rectifier. So this is the input voltage. So input voltage, you can see you have a positive half cycle, negative half cycle, positive half cycle, negative half cycle. You can give a reference of voltage also, you can give a reference of a current also. Okay, so here you can see the output voltage. Here for the input voltage, you can see output voltage exists only when the input voltage is positive half cycle. Output is existing when the input is negative half cycle, output is zero. When the input is positive half cycle, output is existing. When the input is negative half cycle, output is zero. Okay, so this is your half wave rectification process. Then we'll go to see the working of half wave rectifier. Now when you are speaking about the working of half wave rectifier, then there will be two cases. You have to speak when the input is positive half cycle, what happens, and second case you have to speak when the input is negative half cycle, what happens. So in the case 1, during the positive half cycle of the AC input voltage, suppose point P1 is positive and P2 is negative, therefore S1 becomes positive and S2 becomes negative. The PN junction is forward biased and hence the resistance of the PN junction diode becomes low. Hence current flows in the circuit and we get output across the load resistance RL. This is indicated in the graph. Similarly, when you speak about case 2, during the negative half cycle of the AC input voltage, suppose P1 is negative and P2 is positive. Therefore, S1 becomes negative and S2 becomes positive. The PN junction is reverse biased and hence the resistance of the PN junction diode becomes high. Hence, no current flows in the circuit and we do not get any output across the load resistance RL. This is also indicated in the graph. Then the above processes are repeated. Thus, we have current only in the positive half cycle, that is positive half of the cycle. Hence, it is called as half wave rectifier because it is working only at the time of positive half cycle. When the input is positive half cycle, the output is existing. When the input is negative half cycle, output is not existing. So in that case, okay, in that case it is working only for a half wave of the input. and therefore it is called as half wave rectifier. Then we'll see what is full wave rectifier. A full wave rectifier is a circuit which converts the entire alternating input voltage into direct voltage. This is achieved by using two junction diodes. Okay, now here what we are going to have is, if the input is alternating quantity like this, positive half cycle, negative half cycle and all, so output for every input half cycle, the output will remain in one direction only, and here in this case we will show that the output remains only in positive half cycle. If it is having output like this, then it is called as full wave rectifier. This is the input and this is the output. So here you can see the explanation of the circuit. So here you are having the input. The input is alternating quantity here. What is shown, this is the input, and in this input you can see positive half cycle, negative half cycle. Again you are having a transformer here which will step down the voltage. This is transformer, and then you are having a diode 1 here, diode 1, and then you are having a diode 2 here. So we are going to use two diodes, and this transformer is a center tap transformer. That is, the center point of the secondary is tapped as a returning path. And here you see, when the input is positive half cycle, when the input is positive half cycle, this point becomes positive. Then that means point A is positive. Diode D1 will conduct. Current will flow like this. It 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 will come back to the center tap point. So the current through the load is flowing from top to bottom. Okay, that means voltage is existing. That means when the input is positive half cycle, output is also in one direction, that is positive half cycle, because current is going to flow from top to bottom. Similarly, when the input is negative half cycle, this point will become positive and this point will become negative. That means point B becomes positive, point A becomes negative. Therefore, diode D1 will be reverse bias, diode D2 will be forward bias. Now the current will flow from here, it will go from here, it will go from here, it will go from here, and again to the center tap. That means when the diode D2 also is conducting, the current across the load, the current through the load is flowing from top to bottom. Top to bottom. That means when the input is negative half cycle, the output is a positive half cycle only, because the current flow in the load resistor is in one direction only, from top to bottom only in both the cases. So it is called as full wave rectification. Again, when the input is positive half cycle, you will get the positive half cycle at the output. Okay. So here the same circuit we can see in another type. So here you can see this is the center tap transformer, which is an important point of this rectifier. So here you can see the primary points of the center tap transformer. So here you are going to apply the alternating quantity. So this is your alternating quantity, which will be having positive half cycle, negative half cycle, positive half cycle, negative half cycle. So here you will be having your S1 point and S2 point, and this is the center tap point. So when it is positive half cycle, this point will be positive. The diode D1 will conduct, current will flow like this through the resistance R, and it will come back to the center tap. Okay. Now when the input is negative half cycle, that time your point B, this will be positive, this will be negative. That means diode D1 will be reverse bias, diode D2 will be forward bias. In that case, current will flow like this, like this, like this, and comes back to the center tap. Okay, so in both the cases, in the first case, when the input is positive half cycle, diode D1 is forward bias, D2 is reverse bias. In that case, current through the resistor is from top to bottom, from point X to point Y. And when the input is negative half cycle, diode D1 is a reverse bias, diode D2 is forward bias, and in that case also current is going to flow from top to bottom at the output. That means at the output, if you see the quantity of voltage or current, it will be in one direction only. It will be in one direction only. So it is called as full wave rectifier. So here you can see the input and the output cycles here shown. So this is the input, positive, negative, positive, negative shown. So here you can see for the input also you are having this positive half cycle because of diode D1. For negative input also you are having positive half cycle because of diode D2. For positive, again you have positive half cycle because of diode D1. Again for negative half cycle, you are having the positive half cycle because of diode D2. So here also you are going to speak the working in two parts. One is case 1 and then case 2. So case 1, if you see, during the positive half cycle of the AC input, AC voltage, the junction diode D1 is forward bias, hence current flows in the above circuit. The diode D2 is reverse bias and hence no current flows through D2. We get output when the same is measured across the load resistance RL due to diode D1 alone. Now here in case 2, we see that during the negative half of the input cycle of AC voltage, the junction diode D2 is forward biased. Hence current flows in the above circuit as indicated. Diode D1 is reverse biased and hence no current flows through D1. We get the output when the same is measured across the load resistance RL due to the diode D2 alone. We observe that one of the diode conducts and the flow of current across the load resistance is in the same direction. Also, the current flows during both cycles of the input AC voltage, that is why it is called as full wave rectification. However, the output through unidirectional has ripple content. Now, this is one word which says that ripple content means what? The output of rectifier should be DC. So now here, output of rectifier will not be a pure DC. It will be having some AC component in it. And the AC component present in that output is called as ripple. That ripple we have to remove. The ripple contents indicate both AC and DC components at the rectifier output. We can get only the DC component by passing the output of rectifier through a filter circuit. Therefore, we will come in our contact with a filter circuit now, which will be used after the rectifier circuit, so that the rectifier output, which is a impure DC, which is having a AC component in it, will be converted into a pure DC. That AC component will be removed from that output of the rectifier. So filter we are going to use after the rectifier. The filter circuit consists of resistance and capacitance. So here we show a circuit. Now here you are having your rectifier circuit. So this is your rectifier circuit. This is the input AC. So here you are going to get your DC, which is not pure. Okay, so here you are having your alternating quantity input, and then this input is applied here. Then here you are going to get a quantity which will be like this, which is your full wave rectifier, say. Now when the input is full wave rectifier and when this input is passed through a circuit where you are having a capacitor across the circuit, this capacitor is acting as a filter. It is acting as a filter because we know that a capacitor will pass AC and blocks DC. Okay, now that is because the reactance of capacitance, reactance, that is opposition to the flow of current, reactance is given as 1 by 2 pi Fc. Okay, that is frequency is inversely proportional to the reactance. Okay, so if the frequency is more, reactance is less, and if the frequency is less, reactance is more. That means a capacitor will pass AC and block DC. That means whatever AC component is present at the output of rectifier, that will be passed through this capacitor, and only the DC will be passed to the load. So here you can see this was your actually output of filter. This was actually the output of rectifier. Now that output of rectifier after the filter is shown as, this is where you can have charging, discharging, charging, discharging of the capacitor, and the output remains at the top line. That is, output remains constant at the peak, and you will get a pure form of DC. So this will be a pure form of DC. That is, you are getting it because of the filter circuit which you have connected after the rectifier. So here circuit diagram shows that the capacitor C has a high capacitance value and serves as a filter circuit. RL is a load resistance. The capacitance offers low impedance, that is low reactance, low resistance to the flow of current to AC component, and offers infinite impedance to DC component. Due to this, AC component is bypassed or filtered out. The DC component produces a voltage drop across the load resistance, which is almost the DC voltage, which is the pure DC at the output. Thank you, students.